Committee. I want to start by thanking Representative Hayes for speaking with us about this bill. We always appreciate the opportunity to collaborate. Representative Schofield asked the question, and Mr. Parsley just touched on it. What is this bill about? And it is absolutely about mishandling the body. And you know that because when we go to the bill itself, the first three parts of the definition, rather 3 out of the 4 parts of the definition, talk about retrieving, loading, and transporting the body, storing, embalming, dressing, casking, cremating the body, arranging, supervising, and implementing the final disposition of the body. And it's only on Part C that it talks about arranging, supervising, and conducting a funeral ceremony. I don't think that anyone has a rational argument to make about complaining about flowers. I don't think that's what this bill is, and I don't think that's what this bill does. Representative Flores, like you, my family owned and built a funeral home when I was younger in our small town in Texas. And what I will tell you is I saw what probably many of us see when we go to a funeral, that it's an opportunity for maybe a celebration or for mourning, or depending on your level of faith, maybe closure. But it's important, and we trust those with licenses, we trust those with certifications to take care of our loved ones and our family members. And Representative Hayes mentioned in his comments a few minutes ago 2 cases, one where a body in 2018 was lost. We don't know today. We don't know where it is. It's gone. In 2025 of this year, an urn and the remains of a loved one were destroyed completely by an excavator. And then between 6 and 8 years ago in San Antonio, and the reason I say San Antonio is because it matters with the weather, Representative LaHood, as I'm sure you're familiar with the heat. A body of a loved one was placed in a casket and put in the back of a hearse, and it was left there. And when they opened the casket, the body had liquefied. Those are the types of cases that we're talking about, and the reason that's significant is because when you cap these types of damages, right, at $50,000 or 3 times the amount of the funeral cost, whichever is less, right, and the average cost of a funeral in Texas is roughly $10,000, right? When you cap it at that, or in the DTPA Act, like we were talking about earlier, the standard on that is a intentionally or knowingly. So if someone, and heaven forbid this ever happens, but let's say someone, let's say a plaintiff or a victim had evidence that a member of that funeral home said, I'm going to defile your body, intentionally and knowingly, your family's body. Cutting out the mental anguish on that, it seems unfair because of that standard of the DTPA being so high of intentionally and knowingly, not negligently, not recklessly. I intend to do this. When you look, though, at the caps of 50, if you're going to pursue this claim under the general negligence theory, or as the Supreme Court kind of carved this out for mental anguish, which is the majority and the main part of a damage model on a case like this, it doesn't come close to holding accountable the people that we trust to take care of our loved ones. And you see that, and you can tell that this is not just about flowers, it's not about music selection, because you look at what this bill does with the mental anguish definition. A typical mental anguish definition is, and I won't read it verbatim, but it's a substantial, general angst or worry. In this definition, it's a grievous, debilitating angst. It's a heightened standard. I know of no cases where there has been a suit filed because someone had a debilitating angst, a torment, needing to seek out care because of a flower choice or a song choice or the funeral proceeding not starting on time. But I do know how my family would feel if, again, like you said, Representative Schofield, if the body was dropped, defiled, melted, is gone forever. The lesser of $50,000 or times 3 of that average $10,000 funeral doesn't seem to me to give you enough accountability to enforce that. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify in front of the hearing.
Okay. Members, any questions? Vice Chair Hayes, did you have one? Did you have a question? Okay. All right. Chair calls up